Hey guys, welcome back to Crafting in the Rain. If you watched my last video, you saw that I talked about the clay earrings that I've been making. If you make your own jewelry or sell jewelry or just have a big collection because you like to have options, then you need a way to display, store, and organize those earrings. I was just sent the new white version of the xTool P2 laser. It is a CO2 laser, which means it can cut more materials than a diode laser can. And that includes clear and transparent acrylic. So I designed this really cute little hanger rack. These little hangers work for post back or ear hooks, and so you can really store or display a lot of things on here. So in this video, I'll show you how to upload the SVG that I designed into xTool Creative Space, show you the settings that I used, how you can line up things really nicely on your piece of acrylic, and I'll show you how I peeled off the paper masking and assembled the little rack here. Now, I don't have a whole setup video, but everybody loves a good plastic covering peel, so I wanted to include that here. Okay, so I've got my piece of acrylic. I've set it down into my xTool machine, and isn't this white version just so pretty? So I'm here in Creative Space. I have it connected by Wi-Fi to my P2. When I hit refresh, it'll show me a picture of where that acrylic sheet is. And then I'm going to upload the earring rack file. And you can see that I put the two little stand pieces and the hangers inside the space that's just going to be cut out from the rack. The next thing that I'm going to do to get this as close to the edges of the acrylic as possible, I'm going to click on this button that says Capture Close View. So that's going to physically move the laser and the attached camera to the spot that I click on right here. So now when I zoom in, I can get the edges of my design really close to the edges of the acrylic. And I know that that's accurate because the picture was taken right from above instead of the kind of wide angle lens that shows you the whole workspace. I'm going to choose this 3mm transparent acrylic under the materials. And then I can click the process button. Click the green start button up here, and then I need to push the actual button on the machine so that it will lock and start cutting. All right, so maybe you caught my mistake already, but when this finished, I opened up the lid and picked up the piece of acrylic, and I realized that nothing had actually cut through. I forgot to change the processing from score to cut. But instead of wasting this piece of acrylic, I'm going to show you how we can fix that. Okay, so I've put the piece of acrylic back into the machine, and I'm going to refresh the camera view, and I'm going to do this close view again. Once I had this close view captured, I zoomed in a lot so that I could more easily see the score line that I did before and match it up with my SVG. When that was in the right spot again, I made sure to change the processing type to cut, and then click process, click start, and push the button on the actual machine. And you can see here we have a much more obvious cut happening. The laser is brighter, it's leaving a really dark outline, or some of the pieces are actually falling through. And so once you've done this a couple of times, you'll be able to recognize right away if you forgot to change it to cut, and then you can fix that in your settings. Okay, so here we go. So when it was all finished, I opened up the lid, and then I was able to take out all of these pieces. The default cut settings for this acrylic worked beautifully. Here I am using a little weeding pen to pull away all of the masking from both sides of the acrylic. I found that this works a little bit easier than one of my Cricut weeding tools, but you could use that as well. All right, and then you just pop earrings in there and you can set them up on your new cute little hanger display. You could also play with other colors of acrylic, make different colored hangers, or change the color of the rack. You've got lots of options here. And then I want to make sure that you can kind of see the color shift of this iridescent. You can, of course, engrave a name or a logo somewhere on the bottom of the rack there, and that's a great way to personalize stuff or make it look really great for your shop. I have 2 more acrylic tutorials with the P2 machine coming up really soon. If you have other questions though, or things that you want me to try or explain how to do, then make sure you leave me a comment, and then make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you catch those future videos too. All right, see you next time.